welcome to another episode of Liz on Biz. Here with me today is Amy Kemp. Welcome to the show, Amy.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
I'm thrilled to have you. I did, obviously I creep on my guests before they come, but please tell everybody listening a little bit about who you are.
Yeah, I'd love to. So I live near Chicago. I am a business owner of, oh my gosh, probably almost 30 years. But this most recent business, which is just named my name, Amy Kemp Inc., started about 9 years ago accidentally. Uh,
I love
did
this.
not think I was starting a business, but I did. And I am the mom of three kids. They're old, so I'm in a different season. They're 20 something, 23, 20, and 15. So I still have a caboose here, but and then really passionate about the work I'm doing right now, both as a coach, as a business owner and leader myself, but also just watching my clients thrive. I had a really great week this week with clients, like just
Yay.
really great wins. So, yeah, fun.
Are you allowed to say some wins?
Yes, I would
Okay,
love
tell
to.
me the wins.
Okay. One of my clients went, well, first of all, she had her best quarter ever
Yeah.
um in revenue.
That's hard
But
in
even
Q1. Well, just
yes,
because Q1, at least all my renewal bills come in, so it skews my data. But keep going.
yeah, but also just she had her top three people who are all on target for like a very significant goal. And that's really driving her is that watching these three, obviously everybody wins when everybody wins. So that's really cool. Another win, she's a solopreneur. I worked with her maybe a year and a half ago, and our goal was really to get her income, like her take home income into the six-figure range, which she more than deserves. She only works probably 25 to 30 hours a week, and
hmm
she's really busy with family and things outside of work also. But I was like, there's no reason that you can't also be earning that amount. And so
Yeah.
just told me this week that like officially she's hit that mark,
Oh
which
my
feels
gosh.
like such a great win.
Oh.
So
What does
yeah,
she do
really
for a
cool.
job? Like, what's her
Marketing,
solopreneurial? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
marketing. Yeah.
Neat. Oh,
Yeah. Just
wow.
really great.
So
So
how did she grow? Am I allowed to say that? Because like if you're a marketer, because
yeah.
I am a bit,
Yeah.
but like what was her, do you always have to grow vertically to do that?
I'm going to give you like a really annoying answer,
Oh,
but it is
yeah.
the truth, which is she stopped focusing on like outside external strategy and she started to grow herself.
Oh, that's interesting. I have that. That's a bit of the cobbler in the shoes where you stop, where
Mm.
you don't focus on your company because you're busy helping everybody else.
Yeah, but she really focused on herself. Like she needed to do some work around her relationship with money,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
around
yeah.
her belief that she was worth it,
Oh, yeah.
around I'd say
We all
what
have those things though,
what
right?
kind of work she was like feeling accepting versus like being
Mm-hmm.
more discerning and really choosing things that were going to pay her what she's worth also. But that couldn't happen without like her understanding her value at a higher level. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a lot of times when people find me or when I'm working with them, they really don't need help. She's brilliant. Like she's a brilliant business person. And what
Yeah.
she does is of tremendous value to her clients. What slows people down more than anything that I work with is just all of this internal noise, like the resistance in their subconscious habits of thinking. That's the work I do. And so what
Yes.
we're doing is like discovering what are those stories, what are those habits that are deeply buried in your brain that you don't even realize are happening that are keeping you from earning what you want. It's never, I shouldn't say never. I always am I'm always careful to not say always
Yeah,
and
yeah,
never, and I
yeah.
just said them three times. But it's just more about that for most of my clients. They don't need to work more. They don't need to work more
Mm-hmm.
hours. They've got to change the way they think.
Yes. Well, that's what I think is probably like the universal
Ugh.
issue with all small business owners and
Mhm.
all entrepreneurs is
Yeah.
that I have my own I've grown so much. Like we're 15 this year and
Mhm.
I have a really awesome business with really nice people that work here and I have really nice clients and I'm so happy for all of that. Like I'm very grateful and I think I never give myself credit is one thing for that. Like I have
Mhm.
got really far, but then when I think about what would the next echelon be, right? Like you always think about, or like at least me, I'm very ambitious, right? So I'm like,
Sure.
what do I want now? What's
Mhm.
next? What's next? What's next? And so I feel like if I were to think about, see, I'm like, what would be the next money thing I wanted? Like I would
Yeah.
have to come up with what that is. And to
Yeah.
tell
Like,
you
do you
the
mean
total
something you
truth,
want to buy or something you want to do? Is that you mean?
I think so. Or like
Mhm.
what is the magic number that makes me feel safe? And then is that all a little bit cuckoo bananas too? You know how like people have magic numbers in their bank account and they're like, if I see that, I'm okay. But if it's like below it, it means I have to sweat.
I do. I know, like I think we give a lot of our power away to money. I work with people on money all the time.
Yeah.
But probably because, and not money like budgeting, money
Right,
like your
right.
relationship with it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
as entrepreneurs, this I write about this in my book. So when I was a newer entrepreneur, the image I would give you is that the ocean, I was out in the ocean like on a surfboard and I would ride the waves. Like when things were going well, I was like
Hmm.
up on my board, so confident, feeling safe, feeling peaceful, feeling
Yeah.
great, right? But then when things would dip, as they do when you own a business,
Yeah.
right? I would legit like go into a full-on panic. I mean, I'm flailing underwater, but all my whole existence was like riding the waves of the business.
Yep.
What I've learned is that when I swim to the shore, I like go buy one of those little beach umbrellas and a little chair.
Yeah.
That money is like the ocean, like it's designed to move. It's supposed to go
Hmm.
up and down. It's actually supposed to come in and out also. And we
Yeah.
don't get like real nervous about that when we're watching the ocean because we trust that it's going to keep coming back in and out, right? But
Yes.
when I'm on the beach, I can be safe and secure regardless of what the water's doing, even when there's like a storm, even when there's a
Hmm.
huge catastrophic storm. It's a daily practice. I'm not like great at it every day,
No,
but
that's a great metaphor though.
yeah, my best days in running a business are when I'm able to be separate and peaceful and secure and let the money move. And it's
Hmm.
detached from that. Like my safety and security isn't found in that. Because when
Hmm.
man, you'll ride a roller coaster, woof, of business owners.
Oh, yes.
But there's also the question of like, well, what's enough? Like, how do I
Hmm.
know what's enough? And who decides that? Like what is it
Yeah,
I'm
who
trying to
decides that
create?
is a good question.
Yeah. So I'll always do like I have three. I'm super ambitious too. It's probably like it's the thing where I can get myself into trouble because
Yeah.
my ambition will overlook my other life priorities. Like it'll just
Hmm.
forget that I also have kids or that I
Yeah,
have like
yes.
a community that I want to be a part of or that I have friends that I want to invest,
Yeah.
So I use this idea filter when something comes in or I'm deciding like, do I want to create more
Hmm.
revenue? So there's three parts to it that I think are really helpful. One is this paying me what I'm worth? Like
Hmm.
that's a really important question. And then deciding what is that, right? Like that's what my client was kind of asking. Like what am I worth? What is the value of this service or this product that I'm providing to the
Hmm.
world? Okay. The second one is does it fit into the quality of life that I want to live? So
Yeah.
I want to work like a teacher and get paid like a CEO. I want to work from like 8 to 3. I don't want to work on the weekends. I don't want to work in the evenings.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean never? No, but like very
Right.
rarely. Okay. And then the third one is like, is it aligned with my passion and purpose? So is this a fit for my gifts? And so if it's
Mm.
not three yeses, it's a no. So, as an example, someone just threw this idea out at me this week, like that I should lead a book club because I use a ton of books. I love books. I was an English major.
Yeah,
I
samesies.
I love the books, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I love that idea. I think I'd be great at it, honestly. I think people would love it. I think they'd sign up for it. I think it'd be great. But I'm like, is it paying me what I'm worth? Like, not really.
And you already have friends,
Totally.
you
And
know?
the book club would be like, it also doesn't really align with my passion and purpose, which is like I love the deeper, more intimate work that I do with clients
Mm-hmm.
in small groups and one-on-one. I'm not like a broad audience person. I'm like, if I'm going to scale, I'm going to scale deeper, not
Yes.
wider,
Not
right? I don't,
wider. Yes.
yeah. I want a like boutique unique luxury business that serves a very specific client and goes really deep with her, right? So that's
Yes.
the thing. So again, if it's not three yeses, it's a no in
Yeah.
that filter. And it helps me so much because a lot of times I get caught on like an idea because it sounds exciting and
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
But I'm like, but it's not a fit in all three. And so then it's a no.
Yes.
It protects me
Yes.
from myself. So,
Well, because that is right. It's so damning how excited we get. You know?
no.
Because like I feel like there are so many things that I'm like, oh God, I gotta do, I gotta, but like I don't gotta. You
No.
know? We don't
Yeah.
gotta do it's like
Yeah.
I'm working on a book now and
No.
it's really an exciting, crazy process and it's been really fun. And one of the things I wrote is that just because you love someone doesn't mean you have to marry them. Meaning, you could use
Mm.
this, of course, as a metaphor for just because you love books doesn't mean you have to have a book club and be the president and
Oh,
get
true.
sponsors and like make it a business or like whatever,
So true.
but like
And
we get
those of us with
excited.
like the skill and ability to be able to do that are at more risk, right? Because
Hmm.
I probably would create a bang up book club if I
Oh
wanted to,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, but I do think it's about that bigger question of like, what are you trying to create? Not with
Hmm.
your business only, with your life, your business being part of that, right? Like your business is a vehicle that drives that and provides income for that life, but like, does it fit into like the overall picture of what I'm wanting to create with my one and only life? That's the real
Hmm.
question. Um,
Yeah.
so, and I'm at this weird age right now where I'm old enough that I'm recognizing how fast it goes
Hmm.
and how much you can miss. But I'm also seeing people where I am in their careers asking a lot of questions about like, but I don't really have any friends,
Well,
or I don't
yeah.
really, or I missed. Like I was just talking to this prospective client and she was like, I missed it with my kids. Like they
Oh.
grew so fast and I was so busy with my work,
Ah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so it's that you've got to know what you want to create in the bigger picture of your life, then use your business to create that, but have boundaries with your relationship with your business, just like you would have
Yes.
boundaries with your relationship with a person, because it is a relationship and businesses are hungry little bastards. Like they
Oh
will
yeah,
eat and
yeah,
eat and
yeah.
eat and eat up your life, you
It
know?
would be easy to work a cajillion hours
Oh,
because one, it's fun. I mean,
it's
I
so
really love my
fun.
job. And two, it's right here,
Honestly.
and yeah, but we
And
need to have these.
sometimes my
Yeah.
kids aren't fun, honestly, either, right?
Yeah,
Like a
no, they're not.
15-year-old isn't fun, or sometimes the stuff that I want to invest in, the time with like volunteering or whatever, doing things in my community, I don't know, it's just not as urgent. Like it doesn't give you the
Hmm.
hit of like progress like your business
Yeah,
does, and
yeah,
so you can lean in really heavily there and then miss things, those softer, slower parts of life. So,
yeah. No,
yeah.
I love my son so much. And actually this morning I came in, I sat down and he had made me a Mother's Day card. It's massive.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
how old is he?
He's 6.
Oh,
And it says, it's interesting. So they did like all about my mom. And so he said her job is working. Her favorite food is pizza. My mom loves me. These are cute. If she had
Mm.
time, my mom would be working on the internet.
Oh, that's
That's
hilarious.
what I do. And then he said she's really good at giving hugs. And when I'm at school, she just works. Isn't that
Mm,
interesting? So, like, to
very.
him, it's like to me, this is like, it's funny, right? How,
Mm,
when you're the person on the beach and you're watching the wave, he's watching my wave right now,
you
you know?
should. Yeah. I also think as moms or parents,
Mm.
if you do have the gift of building a business and leading, it's important for you to use it.
Mm-hmm.
I
A
think
hundred
it's
percent.
important for our kids to see us use our gifts to serve people in ways that help them. Like I don't, I think a lot of times my kids probably had to figure things out on their own a little more than other kids because I was working or because,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think they watched me do something I was passionate about
Yes.
and that I was really good at and do it unapologetically, like make space for that because they knew like that was also providing a great life for them. It's funny,
Yeah.
I was talking to my daughter who's going to be 23 coming up, and she was like, Mom, I've been thinking a lot about like when I'm an adult or like when I'm a parent, and I
Yeah.
want to make sure that I do what we did, which was like we traveled and like we went to all
Oh,
different places and
yeah.
she was like, we did all these, like we would go to these shows or we would go to a concert or we would go to a museum or we would, we're always like, and
Mm.
she's like, I want to make sure I do that with my kids. So it's like they know that the business is providing that for them.
Yes.
And I think
I
that's
think so.
important too.
Well, I think it shows them what's possible, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like I grew up so different than
Mm.
and I had really great parents, but like, right, you always want to be better than them, and they wanted to be better than their parents, I feel like, as
Yeah.
a mother. And so it's like, and I'm so much better in this
Mm.
one area, which is money and possibility. I'm so
Mm.
good at that. I have always have work to do, Amy, of course, because I have my own money stories like that I'm still working
Mm.
with. But I'm so good at making money not seem stressful to my son. We've
Yeah.
never talk about money like, oh, where are we gonna get the money? Blah 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 blah. Or you can't have that because money. Like when I say you can't have that, I save plenty of toys at home. It's wasteful if you keep just like I turn you into a
Yeah.
little gremlin. But I
Yeah.
don't make it like
What
weird poor. Do you know what I'm
what
saying?
are your like money? What are like if you have a money story that
Mm.
bugs
Oh,
you,
yeah, yeah.
what is
I
it?
I think I have a lot fear, right? Is the first
Ugh,
feeling that's coming up that I can tell you. And then I think it's I have to get over this a little, right? But it's like I get afraid of charging more because I think everybody's gonna just leave.
yes.
And then I'm like, but I know that and I do, but see, and like today, not today, January was the first year I charged like $500 more on my signature program. And that was like a big push up a hill
Yeah.
for me to
What
get
comes,
myself to do that.
what is the fear? Can you say it again?
I'm afraid to charge more because I think everyone will leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Money
I
is
know they
such a
won't. I'm so good. Like that's the other thing. Like
well,
empirically
do you see
speaking.
though, like how closely those two things are tied? You have to understand
Yeah.
your value and walk in it and own it with like a deep knowing
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
order to be able to charge. That's what I was talking about with my client. Everyone
Yeah.
thinks it's like the business strategy. It's not
Yeah,
usually.
yeah, yeah. It's not. I
It's
don't think it
that.
is.
It's that what you just did. You went right to like, but I'm good. Like I know
I'm
my
really good.
value.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I know the value I'm valuable, period. That's all that needs to be, right? Like I
Yeah.
believe that. But that right there stops
Hmm.
more entrepreneurs than anyone. And pricing is where it shows up the loudest,
Oh, yeah. That's like where I
right?
can tell you, because when you were talking about, am I that the three things, your
Yeah.
triangle. I made it a triangle. It's nice
Yeah,
like
I
that.
always do too. I hold my fingers up like a
Yeah, yeah,
triangle. Yeah.
yeah. And so I'm like, well, and I'm like, and I think about those three things. I have certain offers where I'm like, well, like where I'm like, I'm doing that. And
Yeah.
and in some ways it's extraordinarily successful. It depends on the client. And
Mm.
and in some ways it's like they juice it too much. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm
Yeah.
like, is that a signal for this is valuable but requires boundaries, perhaps? Or is it a signal? Yeah, actually, that sounded true when I said it. So I'm like, is
Very true.
that the signal? And then I'm like, because I don't think it's the offer that's sick. I think it's when I go beyond the container that then
Yeah.
I get
How
taken
does
advantage of.
how does that feel in your body, or what do you experience when that happens?
I get excited that people want to talk to me.
Mm.
And I'm like, yeah. But then I think it's a dangerous game because you burn out that way. And then like when you have somebody like and then it's you have to be really cautious about how you use your energy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like because
Yeah,
your
well,
energy is money is energy, right? We talk
yeah.
about the wave.
It's
And I'm always like,
100% energy.
and the
Hmm.
dips are when, like, if you're sick or you're just really tired or you need a minute, it might dip. But that's like also like, because it's energy. I feel like it's like if you're getting what you're putting.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if you're putting, trust that you're getting a little, you're getting something.
yeah.
Mm,
But think about like people who understand their value. Well, first of all, we have a hard time understanding our value a lot of times because what we do that's our natural genius feels so easy to us.
yeah.
So I always ask the question, like, what is the thing that feels so easy to you but astonishes other people? Where they're like, oh, how did you do that? You're like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't even know what you're talking
I
about
do it
because it
really
felt,
quick.
yeah,
All
yeah.
of that. I have a lot of little that.
So then we think
Yeah.
it's so easy for me. Why would I, like, how could I charge someone for that? Or how could I charge more for that? That's so easy,
Yeah.
right? But like, I'll give you an example. So
Yeah.
when I mean, I can think of when I was very young.
Mm.
I would, this is funny. I had a club in our neighborhood and we had like this little area in like a wooded area and you had to put a piece of chewed gum on a tree to get in to the little
Oh, cool. All
room.
right. Yeah.
Okay. And then I would facilitate these small group conversations with like all the neighborhood
You
kids
started
about
so
like
young.
how we could make the neighborhood a better place and like
Oh
all
my
this stuff.
God.
Okay. So I've always in my
Oh.
whole life been able to facilitate conversations with small groups of people. When I was a teacher in my first professional life, I did that a ton with my students. Like,
Mm-hmm.
get into a group and let's talk about this. And I would get the quiet ones to talk and I would quiet the loud ones and I would pull good stuff out of people, right? Like, I was just
Mm-hmm.
doing that. I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't know that everyone can't do that. That's like a
No, not
rare
everybody can
gift,
do that. Yeah.
right? And so I was just giving it away all the time, like for free, because
Yeah.
I didn't know the value because it felt so easy to me.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I've harnessed that and started to understand the value and what happens when people are in those groups in their lives is tremendously like impactful. And so in my business, as I lead small groups, coaching groups, I've
Mm.
started to understand the value of what people get from being in that space with me
Yes.
at
And
a
and
higher
that small
level.
groups anyway are amazing. I love small
Right.
group programs. They're
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah, and there's like an energy that is multiplied when you're cross-pollinating, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so I just really, but what I'm saying is, I had to understand my value. I had to understand the
Hmm.
value of that contribution before I could put a price on it that was accurate.
How did you come to that though? Like yourself, because you're so, if you were like, it's so easy, like, did you
Right.
just have a moment?
Working with a coach.
Mm. Because they can see you the way that you can't see you.
Yeah. That's the title of
Whoa.
my book. I see you.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Oh my God. And
Yeah.
it's seeing me because I'm looking at it.
100%. I don't know. that we're designed to see ourselves. I think we're
I
designed to
know.
live in community and have other people see us. And I
Hmm.
needed someone to say to me, "Why are you giving that away for so little? That's so valuable. Look what you're providing for these people, right?" And it gave me the courage to say, "It is. What am I doing?
Hmm.
I can't, it gave me
Yeah.
courage, but it
And
was
to own that
slow.
gift.
Yeah, it was slow. And then it's incremental too. You've got
Hmm.
to be able to own your prices in your full body or
Agree.
people won't pay them. I have to be able to understand that value so rooted and deep. So I had to start where I could believe it fully, and then I've
Yeah.
worked my way up as I've grown personally, and more understood the value of what I do.
I always say to people that your best price should be the point of money where you don't laugh when you say it. It's like that you're very
Oh,
uncomfortable.
that's
You should
true.
always be a little uncomfortable.
Yep.
And as long as you're not like, ah, like when you say it, because you
Yep.
can feel it in your tummy, I'm
Yep.
like, then it means that at least you're challenging your own
Yeah.
what self-belief or
Well,
something.
and
And yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny because the client that we started talking about at the
Yeah.
beginning was like, I had this opportunity to work with this client and they asked me for the price. And she's like, I just put like a bigger number than what I thought. I just put it
Yeah.
on the proposal, like what I thought,
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
was more than I've ever done. And then they didn't even blink. They were like, "Yep, that's
Okay,
great."
let's
And
do
she's
it.
like, "Oh, I should have gone higher," like
Yeah.
because it's all who determines value. Like
No, it's
I
true.
mean, it's just like anyone can just, if that's that valuable to me, I'm going to pay for it. The other thing that is so true is that those clients who don't balk at your prices
Hmm.
tend to be complete joy to work with.
Yes. Yeah.
They tend to be just like complete absolute joy because they
Yes.
understand the value. They're willing to pay it. They value you and the work you're doing with them because they're paying for
Mm.
it. And so it tends to be like a really reciprocal, successful venture.
This is a very rich conversation. I'm like, we're
Mm.
dropping so many good nuggets in here, but it's true. I feel like the clients that are the most painful often got away with paying the least somehow. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
They like snake their way. They're like, don't let them
Yeah.
in. Get
Yeah.
a better foundation or a thing in your
Yeah.
door to keep the snakes from getting in.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
thing
I
in the
mean,
South. I think snakes go into houses. Isn't that a thing?
that's why I don't live in the South. That's why I live
Yes,
in Chicago.
as you should. No, one time there was a snake in my parents' house, and I don't know, I was probably a teenager or something, but I was so sick. So my mom just goes, "There's a snake in the house. I'll see you later." And she just like left me in the house. And
Oh,
I was like, but I had like a wicked high fever. And so I was just like, okay, I'll go away from the snake in another room and stare at the doorway. That was what I did. Because I was like, that way I see if it's gonna get me, you know? I think it was just a garter snake, but my mom abandoned.
I don't want any kind of snake in my house.
That's why
No,
she was
thank you.
like, there's a snake, I'll see you later. And she just like left.
Oh,
So
that's great.
funny. Yeah.
Mm,
No, I took us away. But no, so what are some of the entryways for people to get to know you? So you have this, tell us about the book. So what's the book
yeah.
about?
Okay. So the book is written for women who want more income and influence and impact without more work.
Hmm.
So the core message of the book is that you can't outwork your thought habits. And the work I do is very specific to subconscious habits of thinking, these like deep grooves in our brain that
Hmm.
exist because they helped us survive until they don't, until they actually become a hindrance. So I designed the book to feel like the foyer to my work. You can walk in, look around, see if you like it. It's kind of
Yeah.
designed to be like a coaching experience with me. Um, it's really funny. It is written for women, but I was playing pickleball and one of my friends who he's like, he doesn't walk into the pickleball court. He bounds in. He's like the Energizer
He
Bunny. He like
bounds.
comes in, like, he's there.
Yeah.
He comes running in the other day. He goes, "Oh my gosh." I'm like, "What's going on?" And
Yeah,
he said,
yeah, yeah.
we're on our way to a vacation. I look over, my girlfriend has a book with your face on it. And so I
Oh,
grabbed it. He's like, I read the whole thing on the plane on the way to our trip. And
oh,
he's like, why is it just for women? I thought it was so great.
oh, I love that.
So
He's
anyone's
fun.
welcome. Anyone is welcome into
That's
the
kind of
foyer
cool to
room.
hear that like his girlfriend randomly had your book,
So cool, right?
right?
Yeah.
Way
Yeah.
cool. And
Um,
no, I feel like we all need a book like that.
yes. So the book is called I See You.
Mm,
And you can get it anywhere you get books, also on Audible. It's my voice. I recorded it. If you're a listener, a lot of people
yeah,
love to listen. So
yeah.
the other really easy entryway, so in this work I do with subconscious habits of thinking, I use an assessment tool that's called the Habit Finder. If you can imagine like unzipping your head and kind of being able to take a picture of where your brain has risk of falling into certain patterns of thinking, that's what this tool does. It is not a personality or strength or any kind of assessment like that, though all of those tools are really valuable. This is about subconscious habits of thinking. And so you can take that assessment for free. It's a really great tool, and you get the results right away on my website, which is my name, amykemp.com. So those are really the
Neat.
two easiest, like, first steps you can take to engage with this work.
Yay! Okay, you guys. Those links will definitely be in the show notes. Just so
Yeah.
people, if you're driving, don't hit a tree. I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
And also, Amy Kemp is easy to spell. It's just with a K,
Yeah,
you know?
super easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Amykemp. That's the good thing about having a short name.
Yeah. Amy, do you have anything else you'd like to share with our listeners today?
I think I would close with just I don't know if it's a challenge or a reminder, or just sometimes I need to hear this myself, which is never apologize for investing an amount of your budget in growing you. Like, even if it's a kind of significant amount, like,
Mhm.
and I don't, sometimes it's like, well, that money could go toward, or it could go toward this, or it could pay for this, or it could go.
Mhm.
I just don't know that I've ever seen anything with a better return on the investment than when business owners and leaders in businesses invest in growing themselves. We're like so willing to pay for the new tool or the new piece of equipment or the new
Yeah.
whatever software program or the new, right? But like we're so hesitant to invest that same money in the most important part of our work, which is us.
Yeah.
And so I guess it's just a reminder to like, if it's like sign up for the course, pay the coach, go on the retreat, whatever the
Yes.
opportunity is that's right in front of you, buy the book, like listen to the podcast. But like whatever the opportunity is, find the amount that you can that kind of nudges you out of your comfort and just invest it and watch that
Mm.
return. Watch the return because
And it happens.
it
It
always happens.
does.
Yeah, but it's
Yes.
always scary. Every time I do it, I'm
Yeah.
terrified. Like I have a something I'm considering right now for me like that, and I'm just like, oh, it feels
I
so
know.
scary.
Yeah, it does feel
So,
scary, but no,
yeah.
I feel like well because, I had somebody on the show once that described it like you can't see yourself from inside the jar or you can't see your business
Yeah.
from inside the jar, like let other people see you. That's like the name of your book, but it's
Yep.
it's also like when you engage in that type of personal development, it's so important because you can't see the
Yeah.
other side of the jar. Like you are
Yeah.
the jar, you're in there.
Yep.
Um
Like you're the
yeah.
way. You're the thing you're looking for.
Hmm.
You're the thing.
Yes. Oh my
So,
gosh. Whoa. So Amy, thank you so much for joining
yeah.
us today. I would love to we gotta have you come back because I feel like I
Oh,
could talk to you all day.
agree.
Yay.
Yes. So fun. Thanks for having me.